Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. New video, new playlist installment, whatever you want to call it. It's going to be the guitar song tutorial section now. So if you play guitar, this will be great for you. I'm not going to be teaching like music theory or anything like that, or say practice three chords and come back next week. It's not going to be like that. It's just going to be teaching you how to play certain songs, and I have a huge playlist of songs that I'm going to run through. Um, and teach you how to play. If you have any recommendations and you want to learn one, put it in the comment section below. Uh, Message me on Twitter. If you have my phone number, text me, call me, whatever you want to do. But this is going to be it. If you're a beginner, this will be good for you. If you're advanced, this will be good. It doesn't matter what level you are. It's basically just going to be teaching you how to play songs. And based on my last video from the Bird Box review, you all met my dog Kona. She's sitting here with me, listening to me play, which is kind of cool. And let's get into it. So the first song that we're going to learn here today is a very simple song, very basic. There's three main chords that you have to learn. It's "Every Rose Has Its Thorn" by Poison. Before I do start, keep in mind that to play this song, you have to tune your guitar half a step down. If you've been playing guitar, you know what that means. So I'm not going to go through and explain all that, but you have to tune it a half step down. It cannot be in standard tuning. It's not going to sound right, me playing the chords that I'm playing, if you're playing it in standard tuning. So you can go to YouTube, you can type in "how to tune my guitar half a step down," and it will show you how to do it. You can download an app on your iPhone or your Android probably, and type in Guitar Tuner, and you might have to pay for some of them, but they're really good ones. But you'll be able to tune it half a step down. You could probably hook it up to your guitar amp, and whenever you get it tuned half a step down, come back to the video, and I'll show you how to play the song. Alright, so there's going to be three main chords that you have to know for this song. It's going to be a G chord, a C add 9 chord, and a D chord. There's going to be a couple other ones, but they're not really in the song too much. But when we get to that section, we'll go over them. So a G chord, before I play any part of the song, a G chord, you're going to take your pointer finger and you're going to put it on the second fret of the A string. Then you're going to take your middle finger and put it on the third fret of the low E string. You're going to take your ring finger, put it on the third fret of the B string, and your pinky finger and put it on the third fret of the high E string. And that is a G chord. The C add 9 chord, you're literally going to just take your top two fingers and move them down one string each. So now your middle finger is going to be on the third fret of the A string, and your pointer finger is going to be on the second fret of the D string. And for this one, you don't really want to play all 6 strings. If you do, it's no big deal, but you want to try to get those top 5. So the last chord that you basically need to know is a D chord. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your pinky finger off, you're going to leave your ring finger exactly where it's at, and then you're going to take your middle finger and you're going to put it on the second fret of the high E string, and then you're going to take your pointer finger and put it on the second fret of the G string and just play the bottom 4, just like that. So you got a G chord, C add 9 chord, and a D chord, just like that. So that's pretty much the verse and the chorus. Those 3 chords, just different strumming patterns. Alright, so for the intro, it's very simple. You're going to go a G chord to a C add 9 chord. It's going to be very easy. You're just going to do this. That's it. It just goes back and forth between those two twice. You play each one twice, and then you go into the actual verse when you start singing. Now, when you start singing, you do the exact same thing. You play each one twice. So we'll do it again. Then he starts to do it a little bit faster. So he goes back and forth between the two a little bit faster. So this is how it goes. When he starts singing, was it something I said or something I did my words not come out right? Though I tried not to hurt you, though I tried, but I guess that's why they say, hey, So then he goes into the chorus. So that little switch there basically is. So then when he goes back on the second time, he goes down to the D string. So he plays G, C add 9, G, C add 9, and then he goes to the D string. And then back to the C add 9, and then into the chorus on a G string. So here's the entire first verse. It's very simple. So the chorus is very simple. He does the same 3 chords, it's just a different progression. So he is going from a G to a C add 9, here's where it changes. It was G to a D to a C add 9, to a G, and then it ends on a C add 9. So that's the verse and the chorus, just those 3 chords. So the first verse and the second verse, the first chorus and the second chorus, they're all the exact same. You play the first verse and the second verse the exact same. You play the first chorus and the second chorus the exact same. So let's get into the bridge, and then we'll get into the 2 solos. And then you play a power chord on the bridge, so it's an E power chord. So it's your pointer finger on the 2nd fret of the A string, and then your 3rd finger on the 2nd fret of the D string. Play that twice, and then you move down to another power chord, a D power chord. You're going to have your pointer finger on the 5th fret of the A string, and then you're going to have your your ring finger and your pinky finger on the 7th fret of the D and G strings. So you're going to play that twice as well. So it's like, and then you're going to slide it down to a 5 and 3. Same formation, just drop it down to 5 and 3. And then you're going to move it up. You're going to move the same thing, you're going to move it up to here. So now you're going to have your pointer finger on the low E string, and then your ring finger and your pinky finger on the A and D strings. And then you're going to do a little slide thing. So here's the whole thing. It's like, that. You're going to just slide it from the 5 and 3 position to the 4-2 position. So you're sliding it from a G to an F sharp. Do the bridge again. And then he just kind of plays out the 5 and 3 on the second time around. So now let's get into the solos. So the first solo, which is after the very first verse, is very easy. The second one is very easy too. It is a little bit more advanced, but the first verse is very simple. So I'm going to play it first, and then after that, I'm going to break it down and show you what to do. Okay, so here's how you play it. It's pretty simple. There's a lot of bending going on. So when I say bend, you basically just take the string and bend up. That's it. Some people like to grab all 3 and bend up. It's easier. Some people like to just do 2. Some people do 1. It just really depends on what you prefer. So the first part is very simple. You just grab the 14th fret of the G string and you're just going to bend up. But you're going to do it kind of aggressively. It's not a gradual bend. It's just like a, and then you slide down. Like that's how you get that. That's how you get that motion. You just slide down. So you do that first, and then you do the same thing on the 15th fret of the B string. But you just kind of go up and down and pick it again. Now the little fast part comes in, so you're going to start on the 12th fret of the D string, and then you're going to hammer on to the, you're going to pick the 12th fret of the D string, pick the 14th fret of the D string, and then you're going to do 12, 14, 12, 14, 13, 12, kind of up and down here. So you start out on the D string. And then you move down to the G string. That's it. You just do a little hammer on. Pick the 12, hammer on to the 14, hammer off. Then do the same thing on the B string. You just do it to the 12th and 13th fret. So it's, and then you bend up the 14 on the G string again, and then you bend up the 15 on the E string, and then you bend up the 12 on the B string, and that's it. So here's the whole thing again. Okay, so that was the first solo. The second solo is it's very intricate, and it's not difficult. I mean, it is, but it's not super hard. You can go on YouTube or go on this app called Guitar Tabs, and you can find out pick by pick and note by note exactly how to play it. But that's not really what playing guitar is about. Playing exactly the exact same note each time. If you know the scale and you know the key that you're playing in, then you'll be able to figure out anywhere that you can play a solo. It doesn't have to be specific and exact. I'm just going to pick one part out of the second solo that a lot of people like, and it's the very fast part at the end. So I'm going to show you how to do that, but the rest of it, you can pretty much find wherever if you go on Guitar Tabs, or you don't have to specifically play it exact. As long as you have the rhythm of the whole song down, the first solo is pretty cool to play because it's very easy. The second solo, they don't have to be all exact. So I'll show you how to play the very end of the second solo. So here's what it sounds like. So it's very fast, but what you're doing is I am just putting my, I'm barring the 15th fret of the E, the high E and the B string, and then you're going to start with the 19th fret on the E string, and you're going to hammer off to the 15 and hammer onto the 17. So it's like, just like that. Just like that. Just like that. Not as many times, but you're gonna do, and then you're gonna pick the 15th fret of the B string. And then you have to silence it. So you have to pick it and silence it. So the way I do that is I pick it, and at the same time I take my finger off of the fret, I smack down with my palm onto the strings. So it's hard to do, but you don't want this ring out, so you don't want this. Hear that? That's the 15th fret ringing out right here. So if you want to not bar it and you want to just have your pointer finger on the 15th fret of the high E string, and then you want to go 19, 17, and then you want to just pick the 15th, the problem is when you pull off, you get that ring out. So it sounds a lot worse than this ring out. But if you're quick enough and you silence it, it'll sound fine. Now, it's not easy to do, but you have to practice it. And then the way to end it is you're just going to, after you pick the 15th for the second time, you're going to just drop down and go 17, 15, 17, and then let 15 ring out. So the whole thing is like just like that. So that was the song. It's pretty easy. If you don't have the song on iTunes or Apple Music or Spotify or whatever you use, download it, play along with it. That's the way I do it. I play the song out in my head, or I'm sorry, on my phone or whatever, radio, whatever you're using. Play it out, listen to it, try to play along with it. It's going to be hard to do it at first, and it's going to be hard to play it and sing it at the same time. You don't have to be a good singer to sing the song, to sing along with the song, but it is very hard actually to play a song and sing at the same time and keep the same rhythm. So practice that. Kona, are you serious? Practice that, and you'll get very good at learning songs and playing songs, singing them at the same time, and just break each song down section by section, kind of like I taught you today. Break it down section by section, learn how to play each section, master the sections, and then some of the hardest part is transitioning it from verse to chorus, chorus to verse, to bridge to solo. It is. When you put it all together, it's not as easy as it looks, but practice it. Guitar is all about practice, practice, practice. So make sure you hit the little subscribe button. I'm terrible at this. Hit the little subscribe button right here. That way you can be subscribed to my channel and you can come back and learn a bunch of different songs. Also going to be doing card tricks and other stuff that I can teach you how to do. But again, hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. Hope you learned how to play it. Keep practicing it, and then come back for the next video.